Hi everyone, my name is Aemal Sayer. I'm a software engineer specializing in building AI agents for SMEs. You're watching episode number 5 of this series where I'm building an AI agent in order to automate invoice uploading in DATEV. If you're already watched episode number 3, you saw that we had a problem in finding the exact X and Y coordinates of the screen to simulate the clicks, basically the blind clicks. And we decided, well, when I say we, it also means me. So I decided that I will basically focus entirely on building a desktop application of that, because anyways, this is not a web browser based application. It's basically to the operating system level. So what I've done is I've created literally a small, maybe I can quickly show it here first. I've created a small Electron app that if you run it, it basically sticks somewhere on the screen and it shows the XY coordinates for wherever you're moving the mouse. It's much better than the Chrome extension idea that we were thinking about in episode number 4, perhaps also number 3. And the code for this looks super simple. It's a very, very tiny Electron.js app that has literally that much code. So I'm not gonna delve more deeper on that, but it's just basically showing us all these coordinates. As you already remember from the previous episode, we wanted to automate the login. After the login, let me quickly do the login process. So after the login, we will have basically the invoice uploading that pretty much worked last time. But the invoice deleting was one of the interesting scenarios. So I'm gonna bypass that previous thing for now here by manually uploading this invoice. And then this was where we got stuck. Like, if you guys remember, we would click here and then somewhere in these areas, the X and Y coordinates were not properly calculated. So that was the main problem. And then our scenarios goes like this, that I click here and then I click this one and then I delete it. I've already taken the screenshots here on my Figma for all these screens so that it's easier to implement. We'll just basically go and start implementing these coordinates. Apparently then it should work, because now the X and Y coordinates work pretty much without any problems. So I'll just simulate one example and then we'll go and implement the rest of them. Okay, so the first thing first, let's click on this one. That is 1037,170. 1037,170. I'm gonna wait for the sleeping parts. Okay, everything seems to be all right here. Let me quickly put back the reverse proxy here. So I'm gonna go to robot.js. Let's run nodemon so that we don't need to restart anymore. I think it was this file. And we need one more terminal. To, where do I have it? I think it's in downloads folder. Yes. So I'm gonna run ngrok on HTTP colon and on the port 3030. All right, now I just need to get this to my, let's go to ChatGPT. Oops, this will not work. Okay, then let's go here in a ChatGPT where I'm logged in. So once I get this URL, then I need to update it on the project where where is that project? I may not have it at all. Okay, let's go and get it. This is going to be operator clone. All right, so we're gonna go somewhere in Grok here in this URL. Update this. And basically we should have now this running pretty much. Okay. If I type anything, you can see that the mouse goes here. We can also simulate the click so that we can, let me see, where is everything? Perhaps this one has to go here, so it's near to me. All right. So we can also quickly oh, there is a click happening, but why did it not open it? Oh, the actual click is also not working here. What's wrong with DATEV? So let's see, something is going wrong with the browser. Even if I do the click, it's not working. So the entire Chrome browser is blocked. Oh, the entire web top is hanged, so maybe I refresh the entire page and then still not working. Could be one of those Docker issues that we had to restart in episode 2, I think. Let's restart the Docker. These are all the tiny little issues. Once this project becomes mature, we have contributors and we have sponsors. We'll find out all the nitty-gritty details of how to solve these problems. Small tip, whenever you restart your Docker, you need to give the password to your cursor one more time by reloading it. I will record a separate video on how to connect cursor to the file system inside the Docker container. Right now it's more tailored to the functionality of it. Once we get to the functionality, therefore these episodes are pretty much on a kind of like unorganized manner, but once we get something that we can automate an entire workflow and there is a functionality going on, and also I'm like literally having like an hour every week on this project, once we get a sponsor or perhaps more contributors, then we can do more stuff, and this includes that issue. Like for example, restarting Docker is something that we can find out what is the problem that it gets stuck there and so on. All right, so let's get back to work. So DATEV login. So now the click works. Okay, I may need to run the terminal one more time. The reverse proxy breaks, well, maybe I need to buy the ngrok license so that we don't need to run ngrok all the time. This is tedious. For the next episodes, I'll try to do that. Okay, npm, what was the file name? Operator. So this is listening port number 3030. Let's run ngrok one more time. I'm wondering why copy is not working in the first place in here. Oh, it is working now. That is good, then no more ChatGPT restarts anymore. Okay. This is not the right one. The right project for ngrok is this one. Okay. So just to double check, it should open the menu. It doesn't go through. Perhaps this is not the... Oh yeah, it was just an illusion that we thought that the copy is working, because this was the last copy that we had in our clipboard. I will check that. Not sure what is exactly the problem, because I didn't restart the Docker container and yet my session was expired. This doesn't happen normally. This session that you have, it stays active for as long as we are running it. Maybe I have to close this one so that the resolution restores back to this resolution. Okay, perfect. All right. Just to double check if copy paste works between the two operating systems. No, it doesn't work. This is basically the last copy that we brought from here. You can see 211, 211, 145. Yeah, it was just an illusion that we thought that the clipboard works. All right, so let's get back to that screenshot approach. We'll also find a better way to basically do this copy paste. All right, so now the container should work. And if I open Firefox, and let's log into DATEV one more time. Okay, this click works. Let's check out if this works. Perfect. So that click works, and let's literally blindly implement all these coordinates. Probably it will work off the shelf without any problem, unless the sleep timings are not correctly done. As I mentioned in the previous episode, we will do the sleep as a constant figure now. But we'll think about how to retry this with an LLM. If, for example, after 5 seconds or 2 seconds of sleep, it didn't work. What should be done next is the question that we need to find out an answer to. Alrighty, so the next one is to move the mouse here, click, that is 814 by 326. Let's simulate that and see roughly how much time it takes. Let's give it like 5 seconds or so, because it's a very slow process. So let's give that 5 seconds. And then after this, then we basically click on this area. That is, we'll find out how many seconds this needs. 264 and 705. Just for the matter of fact that this Chrome extension that we are building, the Electron.js app that we are building to do the coordinates, this will actually capture the coordinates. This will become the screen recorder for training the model. Since we won't have a Chrome extension, we'll have this Electron.js anyways. Okay, so that was that. We'll see how many seconds it will take. 1, 2, okay, that 3 seconds should be enough. 3 seconds. And then what do we have? Clicking the checkbox is this is one of the very interesting ones, like clicking that little tiny checkbox. It's interesting for me to see if it works. By 680. I think this happens pretty much fast because it's just a JavaScript and then it should move there. Okay, so for this we can wait for like 500 milliseconds just so that some DOM manipulations should not trigger. And then after that, then this coordinate, move the mouse to 545 and 421 and click. Okay, that's also 500 seconds, and then click OK. And here, the click OK is here. After this, another one at 677 and 633, and then click OK. So if this works, then apparently the entire workflow should delete this invoice from what we have here. Alrighty, the moment of truth. Let's check it. This was 3 seconds, or is it block? It's not updating. Did I save the file? Apparently I did save the file. Oh, I forgot to run this with NodeMon. Old Abbas die hard. What's the file name called? Operator clone JS. Alrighty. Nice. 5 seconds. Perfect. Check mark. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, something happened. It went here and then it clicked here for some reason, not here. Perhaps the resolution changed, because I remember something was wrong here. So this is one of the exceptions that we need to consider when we're building it further down the road. Let me open the mouse coordinates and find out the coordinates for this delete button now. So it is going to be 452. Which one was it? delete button should be this one. It was 454, 421, 452, 422. The coordinates look very, very close to each other. It cannot be the reason. This cannot be the reason. Perhaps this... Okay, wait a minute. There could be a DOM element going on. A DOM... It basically clicked here, if I remember it correctly. It should have clicked here. Let's see if we did any data entry problems. 454 is not there. I did a data entry problem here, so it should be 454. Anyways, this is a human error. It will be resolved with the Electron.js because we'll not do this typing. I'm just doing the typing now just so that this entire thing continues on like the episode recording. Although I'm super duper tired right now. Today is a very interesting day for me because I just came, not just, but before, here my eyes are red because I was in a swimming pool with my boy Ash, and today is a great day because he learned how to swim. He's 6 years old, and today was a very good day. And I'm super tired, but I still wanted to look at the time. Like, it's 10 o'clock on Sunday. I want to record this before going to bed to make sure that I put one green check mark. Okay, let's get this one more time. I think NodeMon is running, everything is wired up, so it should just work fine. 5 seconds. Pick it, delete it. Yes, perfect. There we go. So now we've got literally ourselves two workflows in place, an invoice uploading and an invoice deleting. But more than that, in this series, what we want to do is basically bake this little concept that we have, that sequences are blind and they literally follow the blind click sequence, and an LLM is watching it. I had a talk last week and I presented this concept in great detail. Unfortunately, my camera had a problem, this microphone had a problem or something. The voice of that talk is not recorded. I'm planning to tomorrow voice over that, re-record the entire presentation, hopefully to explain this concept even better. I will somehow link it to this playlist so that we can document a little bit more information here. This is now episode number 5. In next episode, I believe we have a very clear way to go, which would be, instead of making these human mistakes that I've just done, like data entry, it may make sense that we spend some time, by we I mean I, since this is so funny because I've been an agency owner for, I don't know, 16 years or so, and from January 2025 I switched to this individual contributor mode, and always I was kind of like a team player and I was saying we, and now I'm an individual contributor and I can't switch from we to I. So anyways, what I want to do is enhance this app in order to kind of capture all these clicks. So for example, if I want to open, we can also go outside the browser. For example, if I want to go here and then go here, scroll, click on screensaver, look how many steps it happen. We will put a shortcut key, something like pressing Control 2-3 times or Control S, or we'll find what control key, hotkey makes sense. and then we basically capture. Here we press Control key 1, 2, 3, and then we scroll and then capture here 1, 2, 3. Somehow we'll find out the exact way to capture all these keystrokes so that we start having like a GitHub repository for this, and all of these constant values will be stored somewhere in a JSON, and then it will be read back from that JSON. Perhaps you'll actually use a proper database and then have like a workflow and so on. I'm super excited about this project. It's going somewhere. Only in 5 episodes. That's kind of like maximum 5 hours or 10 hours. We got here, and I think in the next 20 hours we'll make something that people can use, like click around and then it collects all the blind spots and it has a vision fallback, and when it gets stuck it can resume a few steps backwards and so on. So I'm super excited about this project. Another call out on contributors. I'm looking for contributors and sponsors. This project has some hope for the future if we can get some more work done on this project. Unfortunately, the couple of hours time that I have on a weekly basis is not fast enough for this, and I'm full-time freelancing as an AI engineer helping SMEs in building their AI agents, so I cannot give more than 1 or 2 hours per week for this project. Therefore, I'm looking forward to contributors. If you know someone who is a wealthy person who has enough money and who can finance, let's say, every month a few €1,000, a good developer somewhere sitting in the world, that doesn't need to be in Germany, that is one thing that we can do. Or if you're a developer and you have like 5 hours a week and you want to work on a feature of this, that's also something we can contribute. We can open a Discord channel and then literally put people there, and then once it's a little bit baked, and then we also open the repository to public and then get some public pull requests and so on. Anyways, this was episode 5. I'll see you guys next week then. Bye.